Welcome to Tech Entrepreneurs in Nebraska. I'm Shauna Dorsey with the Nebraska Tech Collaborative and Intern Nebraska. Here with my co-host.
Brian Poppy. I work at Mutual of Omaha.
Oh, wait. My bad.
No.
I forgot. Both powered by Exarban. I just have to make sure to get that in there. It's a very important piece of this.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. So before
Thank you to Exarban.
Yes, thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Exarban.
For sure. So before we get started, hilarious backstory on today's podcast. So we have maybe 4 scheduled today, but I'm very notorious for not following up on the day of to make sure people have what they need. I'm just like, yeah, you'll be there.
Yep.
It's all good.
I mean, notorious. We talked about this, if that is one of your pet peeves of like people saying, we still have a meeting today?
I know.
Like,
so I did it. I meant notorious for not asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get it.
I don't know if I said it right. But anyway, so we had some free time today and we were like, what if we just pop over to Archetype or Millwork? Well, we're in Millwork, but over to Archetype in the space.
Yeah.
See if we can find someone to join us as a guest. And Marina agreed. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Thank you for asking.
Yes. So you want to?
Sure, yeah.
I messed it up, but go ahead.
No, you're good. This is Marina Erickson, everyone. Marina.
Hi, I work at Alpaca, so I'm kind of around the neighborhood. So
yeah.
Honored
Awesome.
to be asked to be here.
Tell us about Alpaca.
So Alpaca is a company that kind of creates resources and celebration for educators, going from principals, teachers, paras, counselors, and we do that all here in the Ashton building over there. We have an office, and that's what we're doing. That's what I was doing today when you guys walked in. I was just getting some items ready for next month's pack.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I know we invited Karen Borcher to be a guest on our show. She's the founder or co-founder?
She is the founder.
The founder, okay, of Alpaca. So that'll be great when we have her on. But can you tell us just a little bit about it? We're also very curious about you as a human in Omaha.
So Alpaca started here by Karen. She is a public school mother of 3, wanted to find a way to kind of be able to support teachers. And then it's kind of changed a little bit over time. We're kind of focusing more on like resources we can provide to educators, as not just like, here's a cool, awesome pack full of really wonderful, useful supplies, which is also still the case. But we're working on creating resources for teachers and providing kind of some, what's the word I'm looking for? Awesome ways to celebrate them, the engagement with their other staff members and their students. And that's what we're doing right now. And I started working there last year. I actually just celebrated my 1 year there on September 6th.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, it went by really fast. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing over there right now. I'm head of operations. Yeah.
So one of the things that I always find fascinating is like how people find themselves in like these types of roles.
Yes.
And yours is particularly interesting.
Yeah. So I met Karen years ago. I worked for a local restaurant right under a Flywheel. And that's how I kind of met everybody in this area. It's kind of like a thing to say. I met them at Flywheel. But so I met her and I met Kimberly there. Kimberly is head of marketing at Alpaca. So I've kind of known them forever, kind of always been inspired by them, interested in them, kind of cheering for them. They're wonderful athletes. They're just like creatives and awesome people to have in your life. And I'm in school. And so one day I went to the office and I was doing homework there because they were like, come to the office. The door's always open, which because that's how you found me today. And they were like, hey, do you want to like work here? And I was kind of like, yeah, I do. So I just kind of got put in there and we figured out some systems and some ways to make, 2,000 plus packs and also still kind of remember our core, like the hospitality side of it, the personal side of it. And so that's how I kind of got there, just by knowing them for a while, by being around.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I often say, and would love to hear y'all's thoughts on this, but I really do believe that having a customer service base, like retail, any sort of customer service type of position is so like foundational for being an awesome professional in general, like
Absolutely.
No matter what pathway you choose. What do you think?
I 100% agree. That's kind of our thing. We really care about how people feel that interact with Alpaca, if you're an Alpaca teacher, if you're just a community member who wants to come and hang out with us, like, it's just important that we put that into what we do. The hospitality side of things is key.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah. I mean, what a crazy like origin story of like, nah, I just ran into them and then I studied at their office and then they were like, do you want a job?
Yeah. It's honestly pretty, that's kind of how I feel like the best opportunities happen. Cause I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it just kind of happened. And why wouldn't I say, yeah, you know?
3 maybe?
I think I'm 2 or 3. I think I'm 3. It's Karen, Kimberly, Marina.
This is the best that you don't know.
I can't remember officially. I know we just talked about it too recently, but it all kind of blurs together.
And you almost be scaling quickly because you said 2,000 packs. Maybe more than that now, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. So that's an every month thing that we're doing. And we love it. I mean, I'm like, bring on more. So
that's fantastic. I do want to back up a touch to the customer service side for a hot second, because it's so important. But, it's like interesting in those short kind of transactional type of exchanges that you can still like get a feel for I enjoy working with this person. So even if they're your server, bartender, whatever, you're still kind of working with them.
I got it.
You know what I mean? And then if you have enough interactions, you're like, this person's legit. They're consistently like fun to be around, positive, engaging, know what they're talking about, having a good day. Yeah. Or even if they're not, you don't know it, like that's pretty cool. So that's one of the things that I'm like, customer service or retail, especially when you have like regular or recurring customers.
Yep. Yeah. It's really important.
Yeah. Sorry. That's just
Don't be
my
sorry.
jam.
No.
It's a good jam to have.
Yeah, I worked at Kmart for a while.
Did you?
Yeah. It was cashier. The best was when you got the electronics shift. Because then you could just like watch movies back there.
Oh, yeah. Have the radio all the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
I saw Jimmy Neutron. I don't even know how many times. Probably not even a thing that you're aware of that was a show.
I remember that.
Jimmy Neutron?
Yeah, Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, I remember Jimmy Neutron. Yeah.
Okay. So how did you, you were at the venue, restaurant under Flywheel. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
And then before then?
So I had left then and still had known Karen and Kimberly. And then I'm a full-time student. And so I had just finished running a really long run last summer and they both were like, I want to hear everything, come to the office. And I was like, I would love to tell you everything. So I went to the office and we kind of talked about it. And then that's how it kind of led into, we need someone to kind of like be in charge of this stuff so we can do these other things. And I was like, I am good at being in charge of stuff. So I would love to do it.
That's really awesome. And so you're currently a student. Are you undergrad or grad school?
I'm undergrad. I'm a full-time student at UNO.
Okay. What are you studying?
Psych is my major. Industrial organization is my focus. And then some public health in there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
Dang, that like, this is wild.
What?
I'm still reeling from like, I was on a really long run and they were like, yeah, this is the thing that is like going to get you as employee number 3 as a startup. Like, you go through some stuff when you're running. And so to be able to hear someone's, emotions of that is important. And I also appreciate that there are those kind of people that want to know, what did you learn on your run? Like, what did you figure out? How long was this run?
31 miles.
Okay. Marathon plus. I don't know what that is. There a name for a 31 mile ultra? Okay.
Yep. It was my first one.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you just start running recently?
No, I've been running for probably honestly since 2020 is when it all started. But then kind of like pushing myself and being like,
there's definitely some like,
go do something. My husband rides bikes. And so this was connected to a bike race that I usually volunteer at. And I was like, I'm just going to sign up.
Good for you.
Yeah, it was great. Did it again. Gonna do it again. So yeah.
Yeah, I suppose there's like some stick-to-itiveness that you could like take to like the startup
at this point
land.
yeah, totally.
That's true. And just like pushing yourself in general, like, okay, now can I go faster? Can I?
And they tie that up with the retail interactions. You got yourself a real big employee number 2 or 3, right? Like, because
I think that's me. Yeah.
Yeah, the commitment, right?
Yep, the commitment.
That's fair. I was like, let's see the dots be connected here.
That's it.
But you made it. Okay. I'm super
Good
proud.
job.
Way to go.
My contributions are done for today. All right. Speaking of done for today.
Yeah.
We've got 15 seconds left, and I didn't intro this, but we only have 10 minutes, and we cut it off right at the 10 minutes. So
yeah.
Marina, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah. Come to our website. It's really pretty.
We'll put the link in the notes.
If you do that, we have a really pretty website.
Okay.
Proud of it.
10. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, of course.